Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's presentation. I am Guy Emmett. I'm a Deputy Head Pastoral at a school in the north of England. I've worked in 3 boarding schools in England. I've worked in one of the biggest, and perhaps at the time it was even the biggest boarding school in England. I've worked in a huge international boarding school, and I now work in a small school with 480 pupils in the heart of Yorkshire, in the north of England. My experience has been as a teacher, but also as a housemaster for 8 years. In my new job as a head of boarding, I oversee to make sure that children are safe and happy, but I used to be a housemaster. So when you arrive, you would be welcomed by me. She has done very well because I gave too much information. First of all, it's a quote which the reason why you're looking at English schools, and I believe this passionately, you will receive a world-class education. There are so many good schools upstairs. There are so many schools you need to speak to visit. But in return, when you do go to the UK, you will receive excellent education, both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. What I've tried to do is to get a leading university's view, because my presentation is, what do we expect from you when you arrive to England? And the first thing that every school would say is, we want you to do well academically. So this quote is from one of the best universities in the world, and it says we are looking for people to be independent, to be willing to argue logically, to keep an open mind, to be self-disciplined, to be motivated, to be committed. So in terms of academia, to work hard and to try to do your best, but not to just sit back and not be prepared to argue your opinion. But not all schools are Cambridge University. We also say and stress, we want you to be happy. And the social and cultural aims of a school are very important. Please read and find out what their aims are for your child. This is an aim of a school that I know very well, and it talks about children being resilient. The world can be a hard place, and children need to be able to respond sometimes to tough situations. But at these times, it is the aim of this school to ensure that you maintain your values, that you are respectful, that you are kind, that you think of other people. And the last sentence where it says, you must be true to yourself and your beliefs, is very important. But one of the things that I always said as a housemaster, the first aim after making friends and being settled at the school is to work hard and trying to perfect your English. Sadly, in England, we are not very good at languages, so please perfect your English as much as possible. At the most successful schools, you have some friends from where you come from, but you also have friends from many different countries, so that when you are speaking as a group, you are speaking in English. As when I was a housemaster, the most frustrating part of being a housemaster would be when students would be quite lazy in learning English. And I would always say in my boarding house, there was times where you could speak your own language, but I would always stress, keep reading magazines, keep speaking to friends, be brave, try new words, read books, watch TV, but good TV. But the key to success is speaking to friends in English and ensuring that you are reading. And if you do that, you will even dream in English. My students at my school, they even think in English. I ask them often, when you are doing an examination and writing an essay, do you think in Ukrainian or in Russian? What do you think first? And they get to a stage where they think in English first, which helps them in exams and then helps them get to a good university. At my school, we have a boy who's a Russian-speaking boy, but he spends some of his weekends in English homes with his friends. He even has an English accent, and he has done everything to succeed. What I also expect in my school is for students to be leaders, to lead by example, to help their fellow students. 1 in 10 of the world leaders have studied in the UK. You do not have to be loud to be a leader. You just have to develop your confidence. And in the future, you could be one of those world leaders, or a teacher helping people to become a world leader. Prepare for your dream career. Coming to England, you are trying to establish a future. Many of the students come and look to go into the business world, but you have to decide when you're at the school what will be your dream career, what will be your dream degree, where do you want to study at university. If you have an aim and a target, it is amazing how you improve your work and how well you then do at school and outside of school. I went to a very good school in England, very academic, no boarding. Every child was from the villages in the nearest half an hour to the school. I am proud of my education, but I wish and hope for my future children to go to a school where they will be with many people from many different countries, because this is the future for the world. My wife's best friend is now working for the UN in Beijing and is speaking Mandarin. That is incredible to me. I have now taught over 50 different nationalities. I know so much more of the world, and so will you when you go to a UK boarding school. How to get the most out of studying at a British boarding school academically. You have small class sizes, excellent facilities, great teachers. In any of the schools upstairs, they will have these things. Please make sure that you take advantage of these. Do not just stay in your room. Do things. The busier you are, the happier you will be. You will meet at these schools friendly staff. You will have small class sizes. And in these class sizes, you will have the chance to ask questions, to answer questions. I ask the boys and girls from my school, not if they've asked questions. I ask them, what is the best question they have asked today? I expect them to ask questions, but what is the best question they have asked today? Remember, you will be in very small classes. You will have small tutor groups. Please ask if you are worried, upset, need help with work. This is the advantage of a British boarding school. If you do this, you'll be happy, you'll be safe, but also you will be busy. You will have fun and practical lessons. I was shy at school, and in my science lessons, I was too scared to ask questions. My advice to you is take part in these fun and practical lessons. You will learn so much more. How's parent expectations? We do not expect you to be Prince Charming. But we do expect you to keep your room tidy, your room organised, and for your room to be a place where you can sleep, but also where you can read, where you can work, and where you can make friends and speak English. These are 2 girls at my school. One is an English student living in Paris. One is from Estonia. It is wonderful that people can meet together in a school like this. They are learning each other's language. And the prince is my friend. No, he's not. We had a saying at a school I used to work at, it would be the name of the school will be what you make it. And I always use this, boarding school will be what you make it. The staff will help, the staff will be nice, the children will be nice, but it is up to you. It will be what you make it. Activities, lessons, asking questions, being nice, making friends. At a school that you now choose, you will have great art facilities, boarding, drama, but I advise you to choose carefully. If your daughter or son is into drama, find a school where drama is very important. Some English schools, sport will be very important. So please make sure that you find out what suits you. Each school offers a different specialism, and then when you get there, get onto the stage and be part of it. We had an ex-pupil visit the school recently, and she was asked at my old university, at Durham University, a very good question. The lady who's a lecturer, the professor, said to everybody, you will all have A grades. You all have 2-1 degrees or higher. What will make you different at an interview to the 200 people in this room? And she asked them to write things down. She, like many students in a boarding school, found it easy. Drama, music, sport, charity work. She had done so many things, and in 10 minutes she had more than a page. Other people, they had not written much down. We expect to create good academic students, but well-rounded students. In schools, you will have excellent facilities. We have many pupils at schools, in any boarding school, who will take advantage of these. They will use the sports centre, they will be in the theatre, they will swim in the swimming pool. But some students do not take advantage of these. They come to England and they might stay in their room until a teacher tells them they want to go shopping all the time. A good student, and what I expected from the boys and girls at my school, is for them to swim, to sing, to dance, to play sport, to do music, to do whatever their interest is, but to be brave enough to try something new as well. In England, we love sport. And here, there is a selection of sports for people to try. If you like basketball, play basketball. But as a girl, you may also play netball. It is a fun game. Also, you will get the chance to go on tours. This is my school in Dubai and Abu Dhabi in October. So please try a new sport, try a new hobby. But also, be braver than me. Try water sports. Do the Duke of Edinburgh. It is a great qualification. And if you want more details about the Duke of Edinburgh, please ask your schools. I could speak about the Duke of Edinburgh for too long. I wish I had done it at school. Many of our children do water sports, do Duke of Edinburgh, but they do that in all boarding schools. They should do the Duke of Edinburgh. And you'll have the chance to go on trips, such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi, a choir trip to Washington, trips to Geneva to the UN, ski trips, France and Belgium, battlefield trips. However, a good school recognises how expensive trips can be. So they put on a number of trips, from cheap trips to very expensive trips. But make sure that you also know there are many trips in England that are great fun and good for your education. As I have said, do music and drama. At the weekends, have fun. Spend time with your friends when you are not working. And then you will have academic success at the end. And you may go to the university of your choice, just like Isabel did to Cambridge University. But I like the picture in the top left. Please remember that at boarding school, to have fun. It is great to be at a school, any school in the world, and education is a wonderful thing. But to be at a boarding school, it is great fun. And in the future, you can be a vet, an archaeologist, or a teacher. I wanted to end with a quote from my leader, the headmaster at my school. In England, there are many great headmasters or headmistresses. This man left South Africa during very difficult times in South Africa. And he told me, when I asked him, what would you advise to students? And he said he needed a quote from a better man than himself, so he has a quote from Nelson Mandela. Your playing small does not serve the world. We are all meant to shine, and as we do so, give other people permission to do the same. I'll say it one more time. Your playing small does not serve the world. We are all meant to shine, and as we do so, give other people permission to do the same. We expect our students to do well academically, socially, culturally, but to always be kind and respectful, and to keep their room tidy. Thank you very much. No.